My name is James Westerfield. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Stone Mountain Police Department. And my role in the community is to make sure that I oversee all the operations to make sure I keep the community as safe as possible. The one thing that I do see that I think that's a good quality in leadership and a role model is consistency. That's the one thing I've been able to do for my entirety of being in a role that shows a role model stance. The consistency is a part of being there, showing up during the good times, during the bad times, when it's tough, or even when it's easy. It's being able to show across the board that you can always be there, always be counted on, so therefore you can help uplift the youth as well as the adults. As a father, what values do I want to pass on to the next generation? So as a father and also as a coach of Little League, I like to make sure I pass on several different things. See, values are very, very important. These are the things that you come up with. But as of right now, the adolescent stage is very, very important because they can pay attention and they see everything. Now, what's scary is they start to mimic and they start to look and to see what's right and what's wrong. They know right from wrong, but they're only gonna do exactly what they see. So the value point is to make sure, I tell my son and I tell the kids that I coach all the time, that you have to be able to show respect. Respect is not something you turn on or off. Respect is something that you have to have on at all times. When people aren't watching, when people are watching, you have to have that respect. It's conditioning. You condition yourself to have respect at all times for everybody, regardless of their circumstances. You can look at someone and you may feel some type of way, but there's no judgment when it comes to respect. Respect has no judgment, has no bounds. You just respect everyone, and that creates an entirely different environment for kids. There's been a lot of positive individuals in my life, but it all started with my father. My father kept the positive people around me. My father, an amazing individual. He's such a good role model. He was my hero, my personal childhood hero. You know, most people say basketball players, football players, things like that. I firsthand got a chance to see my father be that person in the community that everybody went to him, whether it was the community and our family, they went to him to get problems solved, get things done. So that's where I got a chance to see my father in action, and I tried to mimic it. So basically, I got into law enforcement because of my father, because I wanted to be that same solution for people in their community. So it's amazing. Now, fast forward, I'm in law enforcement, and my interview when I come here, my interview with Chief Chauncey Troutman, it's an amazing thing. So our interview went across with him asking me what can I bring to the community here and to the city of Stone Mountain, and what's the things that I want to see myself do in the future within law enforcement. So I told him the story of being able to help a community, build a community, grow a community, and be able to be somebody that's recruited by a community and be able to build and learn in that community. But I told him I wanted to leave a legacy, something that one of my children would be proud of. And this is before I even had children. And then I told him, I said, one day, sir, I would like to actually be in your position, and I would like that to be handed over to me by you. And that's exactly what took place and what happened. I succeeded him. He raised me up, left me up to where I was supposed to be. So between my father, James Russell Westerfield Sr., and Chief Chauncey Troutman, I couldn't lose. So why do I think it's important for men in general, and on myself, to stand up against domestic violence? Just in my role in law enforcement alone, I'm not even going to say from different stages, in law enforcement alone, I already know and already see domestic violence firsthand. You deal with victims of domestic violence and people who are affected by domestic violence right there in the moment, and within that 2 hours to 20 minutes or to that 2 days of the worst times of their lives, right? So when you see this firsthand, you know for a fact that it's a true problem. But a lot of things that other people don't see is who it really affects. It affects the victim, but it also affects the families. It also affects the children that are involved. Sometimes it affects the community that's involved. And so therefore you have to stand up against it, because you don't want this to be your social norm for people that are around you. All victims need to be heard. They deserve to be heard. They deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. That's the first step to healing. Also, it's kind of hard because, again, I'm giving you answers from a father standpoint of a person who is a father of a new baby girl, and also from a person that's been in law enforcement it's for a long period of time and seeing these ripple effects again that goes across the community. The real reason is because it's time for us to stand up have an uncomfortable conversation so we could have a comfortable environment for all.